The first two songs I'm doing are waltzes. One is from State Fair, which was by Rodgers and Hammerstein from the 1940s. It's called It's a Grand Night for Singing. And the second one is from a movie called A Date with Judy, and it was from a little bit after that by Harold Adamson and Jimmy McHugh, called It's a Most Unusual Day. I have a feeling that It's a Most Unusual Day might have been inspired a little by the Rodgers and Hammerstein waltzes. Um, the first waltz of Rodgers and Hammerstein that comes to mind is the clam bake song. This was a real nice clam bake from Carousel, which has the middle section, first come, codfish chowder. Anyway, but this song is very similar to that. It has that little interlude. It's a much simpler, straightforward song. One of the criticisms that even Sondheim has had of Oscar Hammerstein's lyrics, even though Oscar Hammerstein was his mentor and he grew up in Doylestown and everything, and knew was best friends with Oscar Hammerstein's son, um, is the use of all this poetic nature images, and this has a perfect example of one. And somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart to the sky. It's making a metaphor, sort of mixed metaphor, and it's not bad. It is what it is. But if you, now that I've mentioned that, anytime you listen to any Rodgers and Hammerstein song, you'll see so many of those, like in The Sound of Music, about praying like a lark and all kinds of things. So this is It's a Grand Night for Singing. It's a grand night for singing, the moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling, falling in love. Maybe it's more than the moon. Maybe it's more than the birds. Maybe it's more than the sight of the night in a light too lovely for words. Maybe it's more than the earth shining in silvery blue. Maybe the reason I'm feeling this way has something to do with you. It's a grand night for singing, the moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound to be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling, falling in love. So that's good. I mean, it is what it is. There was actually a review of Rodgers and Hammerstein review that uses that song as the main song and the title of the review. It's a Grand Night for Singing.